Hi, I'm GreyJoy03. Now you may be wondering, why does this look different? Quite honestly, uh, this is actually somewhere else, real quick. This is up at an office that a family member of mine works at. Anyways, so why am I right now in the middle of recording this? Or sorry, why am I recording this? Well, quite honestly, uh, I don't know. I thought it would be nice to explain a little bit about what's happening. So, at my house, the internet is pretty good, but not really good. Also, one of the last videos I did, I mentioned that I would probably be working on doing, or I would work on recording another video explaining a little bit more about the Shulker Box world and anybody who is wanting to attend it. So basically, this Shulker Box world that we were originally going to do, but decided not to do, we're going to probably keep working on it over time, but I don't know. So basically, in summary, or sorry, uh, short answer, should be pretty fun for anyone who's wanting to join. All you have to do, hit subscribe, comment down below saying, I'd like to take part. About once a week, I check about the comments on videos, anything that's new, or I check over on the platform. Anyways, so what am I, what's the long answer, you may be asking, or how does the Shulker world work? Well, on Minecraft, as you know, there's Shulker boxes, and you can store stuff in it and break them and put them somewhere else. What we are going to be doing is we're going to be putting, and we're going to be having a starter Shulker box filled with basic items to get you started. You don't have to use them. If you want to use them, go right ahead. We're not stopping you. But the way this works is that we, so basically the way this works, we make Shulker boxes for one person. We're going to call them the Shulker Master, or SB Master. He's going to be the person, he or she will be the person creating their Shulker boxes. Now, this time around, it's going to be Devin, who's going to be back as our SB Master. So, so basically, what will more than likely happen, you get to choose a color of your choice. You write down your name, we write down your username, we write down what color you chose, and every time you're on the server, you'll be entitled to a Shulker box. Maybe. I'm not sure. So basically, at the end, if you join, periodically, your name will be added to the list of names for whenever whenever the world is activated, online. And if you join, the Shulker Box world is allowing, the Shulker Box world will be comprised of however many people want to join. We'll make a little town and all that sort of stuff. Basically, as soon as you start, you get a Shulker box immediately, and Basically, rudimentary items are wood tools, a bow, arrows, a shield, and building supplies. And recently, I've talked with Devin about this. We're going to be we're going to be adding beds to the roster of items we're going to be adding. I'm going to just fix this a little bit, because that's a little bit too high. So basically, we're going to be adding a bunch of, basically the items in the shulker boxes. There are limitations to what will be in them, but I'm not going to say exactly what's going to be in every single shulker box because truly they're random. You could, for instance, have an entire box full of redstone supplies, or you could have a box full of blackstone, diorite, dirt, rail supplies, and water, fish, a whole bunch of random stuff that could, or that is in the game. So basically, the way this works, I want to explain about the shulker boxes that that I know for sure are going to be a part of this system. So there's the starter shulker box. Everybody gets that. There's a couple of other shulker boxes that we've used in other worlds, but we're going to dedicate them again. We're going to add them back into this world because they're really fun. There's a thing called the treasure box. And basically, the way it works is there's like a parkour or a mini game that you have to complete. And in this mini game, if you are in first place or you're one of the people who completed it first or whatever, you get this box full of random little goodies. Normally, they're full of really useful items like iron, not diorite, diamonds, netherite, maybe enchanting books, and maybe food, other items that are really, really useful. So basically, you add them together to create these huge, so basically, they're full of riches, if you want to put it that way. Basically, they're filled with items that could be really, really useful or could be added to your net worth. Now, what do I mean by net worth? In the game, in the shulker box world, we're going to be having a bunch of, we're going to have a little bit of a banking system, and we're going to be adding a new system in play. If you've seen in other worlds, you've more than likely seen that people have been making banks in some of the worlds we've been playing, and to add to that role play experience and whatever. And we're going to be doing that again, just on a little bit of a bigger scale. So basically, currency that I'm going to say is going to be in play here will more than likely be maybe gold and maybe even emeralds. Probably emeralds would probably be easier to work with than gold because you can trade and whatever. But a new system we're going to be adding into this is trading between players. So basically, say you wanted to go to, also we're going to be adding in pawn shopping. I'm going to explain pawn shopping real quick. So basically, if you ever been to a pawn shop, or you know what if you know what a pawn shop is, you don't need to be explained about. You don't need to be explained about this. So basically, what you do, you walk in, say you've got your shulker box full of little goodies. You bring it in. The person who's running the shop will open the shulker box, see what's inside, give you his, and he'll say, and go check what the price is for those items, through the shop, and or sorry, through like the bank and how to get those, or not the bank, the actual shop, and we'll say, okay, you can buy these, or I'll buy these from you for this much, and then you walk away with that much if you choose to go through with that plan. Um, what I will recommend as well, um, or sorry, going back to what I was trying to say earlier, the trading plan that we got in play. Basically, you can trade shulker boxes with other players and say, I have these items I would like to give to this person. And you can either say, oh, okay, I can work with that, or no thanks, I'm not really interested. It doesn't matter. If you want to trade, you can trade. If you want to keep your items and just work with what you got, go right ahead. We were just implying that, or not implying, we're going to be adding new rules to how we're going to be playing Minecraft on this Shulker box world. Okay, another box we're going to be adding in, and this was a recent decision between me and Devin. We're going to be adding raid boxes. Now, what are you considering a raid, you may ask? Well, basically, Devin usually likes to play these little pranks, and actually, they're actually really fun, depending on where you are. Say you like to, all right, basically the way these raids work, usually they comprise between 2 to 10 rounds. Each one either getting slightly easier or slightly harder than the last one. And basically, at the end of it, there's going to be random goodies that you'll be getting. And they could be, and normally, I'm pretty sure they're going to be really useful. So like anvils, crafting tables, furnaces, building supplies, and other odds and ends. But basically, I use, so me and Devin, every once in a while, we go on to this big creative world, where he'll spawn in waves of different creatures, say between ravagers, elder guardians, and zombies, skeletons, spiders, creepers, wither skeletons, withers. I don't think we've gotten the Ender Dragon yet, but I think if we try to do the Ender Dragon, it takes a little bit too long for that. So basically, the way we're going to be doing this is by slowly working on how, the way we're going to be doing this is at the end of each round, you'll get a raid box. It doesn't matter if you came first or you came last. If you completed a raid, you get a shulker box. And I'm pretty sure those are going to be in the color brown. Oh, also, we're going to be locking down some colors for basic server uses. All right. One other shulker box, real quick, before I start describing what colors they are. There's an all box. Not alt, not anything like that. It's an every person box, basically, consisting of random items. It's sort of like a treasure box, but for everyone, and it's usually given out very rarely whenever whenever the SB master can't really comprehend what he's doing, or not comprehend, or doesn't want to make different shulker boxes for everyone. He'll make one generic shulker box and just place it for everyone to get. And basically, yeah, they're pretty easy. So, colors of shulker boxes we're going to be locking down. The colors we're going to be using are I'm gonna go from order. I'm gonna go in order of these colors. So the basic Shulker box color. Those are for the starter. Those are for the starter boxes and only for the starter boxes. We're not going to be saying, okay, you can use the you can use the basic color for your Shulker box. If you don't have, or if basically you have all the rest of the colors to choose from, unless it's white for the all box, brown for the raid box, and yellow for the treasure box. Those four colors we're not going to be allowing to be in circulation because it will mess with people, I guess. I mean, sure, once you get your Shulker box, say be a raid box, all box, or treasure box, you're more than welcome to rename that box into your username. But we're not going to be naming it for each person. We're not going to say, oh, this person won. He gets the Shulker box. Or they get their Shulker box. But I will say that some Shulker boxes will probably be better than others. And if you wish to trade, you can trade. We're not stopping you. Also, say, all right, for the people who are playing on PlayStation, or for anyone who's wanting to join up on this server, we recommend hopping on to our Discord channel. So that way, I will actually start paying attention more to the Discord. So basically, if you join our Discord, which I will leave in the description, I will leave a link to, I'll have an invite for the channel, or sorry, for the server in the description. So that way, you just have to click it, go onto Discord. If you're new to Discord, go ahead, sign up for Discord or whatever. And if you already have Discord, go ahead and join the Discord. And basically, what we recommend is that whoever's wanting to play on our Shulker Box world, join the Discord so that way, whenever we're getting ready to open up that server or open up that world, we can invite groups at a time to play. And whenever one gets off, we'll make a list of whoever's joining, and we'll either DM you or put it in the server and say, hey, a spot just came open on the server. Would you like to join? If you say yes, we'll send you an invite and you can join straight ahead. If you say no, not a big deal. We'll move to the next person in line. Hold on real quick. Okay. Basically, for anyone wanting to, basically, we're not requiring that you join the Discord. It'll just be easier that way, and so that way everyone can talk to each other. We recommend using Discord, so that way, say you're on a PlayStation and you want to talk to someone who's playing on an Xbox. There's not you don't have to text on the console to talk to other people. You can just go on Discord, put it in the channel, and say, hey, so-and-so, can I trade this with you? And in return, can I have this? And stuff like that. Just little conversations between people and whatever. I will say this. We're going to be making a huge city. It doesn't matter how you build it. We're going to be making a bunch of cities, and we're not a bunch of cities. We're going to make a big city, so that way, if everyone, it makes it easier for the Shulker Box Master to have all the shulker boxes, to have the room, or sorry, to have everyone who's playing with the shulker boxes in the same area, so that way he doesn't have to travel so much, or sorry, they don't have to travel so much. But if you want to go live 1,000 blocks away, you can live 1,000 blocks away. But if you do live 1,000 blocks away, we're going to set up a teleporter between the center of town, or sorry, like City Hall or something, and we're going to set one up at your house. And we're going to link, just going to have it to where you press a button, travel to that person's house. Press a button, you go back. And it makes it easier for everyone. If I just recommend, if you want to join the server, you keep everything close together. If you want to just express your artistic abilities somewhere else, go right ahead. Just know that if you want to make a path from your place to the town, you can. But if you want to do the teleporter, we can set up command blocks and whatever, because we're actually getting a little bit better at command blocks. We're not to the point to where, oh, we can have it start, we can have a particle beam starting from this point in space and ending up over here. And whatever, it doesn't matter. But basically, that's what I wanted to explain. But also, I do want to mention that there are going to be some rules, and I want to kind of explain how those rules are working. So basically, first rule that we're going to have, no sort of in-game violence between players. We for sure, or me and Devin, we're usually like the law officers in these sort of servers. So when it comes down to it, when it comes down to it, if say someone is causing another person grief, and we catch wind of that, you're immediately kicked from the server, not the server, you're immediately kicked from the world, and you'll be put onto probation on the Discord. So basically, you won't be able to join back until your probation is over, because we're not going to be allowing you back on. That's basically the long and short of it. You can say, we're going to have like a list, at the end of the day, we're going to have a list of people. They got put onto the probation list. We're going to mark down their names and say, okay, these people, for the next 5 days or so, whenever we start up this world, we're not going to be allowing these people back onto the server. It makes it easier for us, and it makes it easier for everyone else. Also, next rule in play, no griefing of any sort. If we give you operator or creative for a short time, don't use it to start placing TNT or starting fires everywhere. If we give you that ability, we recommend you use it to the best of your ability to actually do something good with it. Because if you waste it, we're not going to give you it back. Take Twin, for example. He's a person who, say, I'll use yesterday as an example. Yesterday, he told, I asked Devin, when we were on the Shulker Box world, if I could be a part, or if I could temporarily be creative to build a spawn house, or a spawn building, so that way everyone doesn't get immediately killed when they enter the world. He says yes. I get temporarily given operator, I don't do anything wrong with it. I just go in creative, and I build a house. And then sometime later, I will I say, all right, I'm done. He takes me off of operator, and back in survival. All right, that's how the deal was supposed to go. Twin, however, saw to it as, oh no, he's building his own house. I want to build my house in creative. No, that's not what I said. If you heard me right, I said I'm building something for Spawn, not for myself. I did that for the community. Mind you, again, the community. Twin is doing it for his own malpractice, or his own benefit. Basically, he decided he wanted to be creative because I wasn't creative, and he wanted to build his house out of creative and have pretty much all the riches in the world, pretty much. Well, pretty much, we don't let him do that, because when he does that sort of thing, it turns out to be, okay, no one is going to be able to build anything correct, or basically we're going to have to if we let him do creative, everyone has to do creative when they get in, and we don't want to do that. It makes it too hard on everyone to keep track of who's creative, who's not creative, and all sorts of little stuff. I only got creative because I was doing something for the community, like I keep saying. Twin took it as, oh, he's building his own house. I want to build my house in creative. But yeah, basically, if we give you operator or creative, don't terrorize people with it. Basically, all right, so rule 3. We're not going to be allowing a ton of, we're going to have basically a set number of people on at a time, and that's usually world limit. So basically, let's just say 16 people are allowed in a server at a time. That's max. We're only going to be allowing 16 people, or sorry, 14 people if myself and Devin are on that world. Or myself and Devin are on that world. It's 14 other people. The spot opens up. Next in line gets called on. All right. I'm gonna go on to. Hold on. I'm gonna go and do this real quick. New tab. Pull this off. Grab you. Share screen. Google tab. Share. So basically, if we go to Discord. Hold on, real quick. Do I have Discord here? Nope. Okay. Open Discord. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. So we have some bots in here that I recently got on here. But basically, I'm going to make a new text channel here on the video. So that way you guys can see what I'm doing, all right? So let's do the text channel. Actually, let's do this as a voice channel. Waiting room. Or, yeah, waiting room. So basically, those of you who are wanting to join or whatever, you go on to waiting room, and we'll go in order, whoever's on waiting room, and if you're there, yeah, basically you will be given a lot of other stuff, or not other stuff. So basically, let me just do this. Basically, if we give you if you are in the waiting room, we'll add your name into it and whatever, so that way you can see that everything is up and running. Now, I do recommend this to you. Or sorry, I'm getting too chaotic with this. Rule number 4. Sorry, I almost said 5. Rule number 4 is we're not going to be doing requests in the Shulker box. If we do a request, if we say we're going to be doing a request, it's usually not going to be server-wide. It's probably going to be for people who are actually really well behaving. Like if, say, you built something good for the community, or you're helping us out with a big project. Then we'll add your name to a list of people who will be getting onto our real quick. We'll be getting the new Shulker box stuff. Okay, real quick. We'll be doing members with this permission can send text messages past this. Alright, so basically we're gonna be adding a bunch of other little things to the server. Give me 1 second. Manage messages. No, yes. No. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna be adding this to the new thing. Alright, so basically those are sort of the main rules we're going to be going on. If there's other ones, we're going to be adding them onto the server. And yeah, if you, I'll be texting out the rules there. And basically I'll give a more in-depth video later on about what those mean. But yeah, for now, that's about it. And I hope you guys have learned something about this today. If this has just been confusing, I can try to figure it out later, but yeah. See ya.